Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. In the shining domain of Hollywood, where stars rise and fall like heavenly bodies in the night sky, there's a story that coaxes a story of the ability and perseverance of a lady whose name once graced the marquee of TV screens the country over. We cast our look into the charming secret of the diversion world, trying to uncover the puzzle that encompasses the radiant Golden Brooks, whose name is perpetually entwined with her famous job as Maya Wills on the Dearest series Girlfriends, Befell. This energetic star whose magnetism once illuminated our screens. Go along with me as we venture through the sections of her story, revealing the exciting bends in the road that have molded her way and finding where this exceptional entertainer, with her unstoppable soul, finds herself today inside the material of Lady Friends. Streams reinvigorated her personality. Maya's depiction resounded with crowds, offering a refreshingly valid portrayal of a dark personality. The effect of the show was significant, filling in as an encouraging sign for how blacks could be legitimately addressed on the little screen. Consequentially, Golden Brooks scratched her name into the records of Hollywood history, guaranteeing that she could never be neglected. Naturally introduced to the world on the cold morning of December 1, 1970, in the sun-kissed city of Fresno, California, Golden Streams showed up as a minuscule fighter, tipping the scales at a simple 3 lbs in the excellent venue of light. Her entry was completely emotional, an antecedent to the wild soul that would characterize her excursion. "I sure would have no desire to do battle with her," one could joke, demonstrating the veracity of the unflinching assurance that appeared to flow through her veins all along. Yet as destiny would have it, the youthful Streams was bound for experiences that would convey her a long way from the recognizable California coast. When she was only a delicate 2-year-old, her dad, a man of instruction and desires, would whisk the family away to the core of Africa. Nigeria was drawn by the alarming tune of an instructing position that guaranteed new skylines. It was here, amidst dynamic Legos, that the tea embroidery of her reality would go through a significant change, always modifying the scene of her young life. Yet as the energetic shades of Nigeria painted their accounts upon her material, the kinds of conflicts started to crawl into her family's song. The securities that kept them intact started to shred in the end, giving way to the violent breezes of separation. Following this commotion, youthful Streams wound up on the shores of San Francisco with her mom and sibling as her undaunted anchors. It was in the midst of these dubious tides that she would find her actual calling settled inside the soothing hug of her mom's affection. Streams bloomed, developing a furious fearlessness and an unfaltering freedom that would turn into her trademark. I could go into any room and converse with anybody she'd later reflect on, whether it's the leader of the U.S. or a room of furious traditional moderates or Southern white individuals. I have that capacity to mix in and acclimatize, yet it was inside the consecrated lobbies of secondary school that her interests genuinely touched off theater, vaulting, and ICS figure skating. Try a venturing stone on her excursion to self-disclosure, yet it was the alarm call of dance that would catch her heart. I was an artist in secondary school. I did artful dance, present-day jazz. After those early stages, her profound longing was obvious to move her direction into the chronicles of significance. As she wandered forward into the blessed corridors of the College of California, Berkeley, her adoration for the theater would find rich ground. Brooks would elevate the stage in a variety of jobs, every one a demonstration of her developing ability and unquestionable presence. From Natsuzaki Chanzes to for-hued young ladies, from Anan Chaco's The Savage to the immortal exemplary of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, she set out on an excursion of creative investigation, making way for the enrapturing parts. On the way, as the last drapery fell on her college days, Golden Brooks set out on another part of her life story, which her compass guided. Toward the east, directing her toward the throbbing heart of creativity, New York City. Here in the midst of the buzzing about of NYC, she sought after a graduate degree in exploratory writing, leveling up her abilities with words that would before long turn into her creative munitions. Stockpile yet like the tides of predetermination. Streams' process was bound to require her on a wandering course. A couple of years after the fact, she ended up remembering her means of traveling back toward the western shores, where the flickering lights of Hollywood coax her return was not just a homecoming, but rather a reviving of her relationship with the theater. As she embraced the spotlight again, this time as a functioning individual from the renowned Robbie Theater organization. In the year 2000, she would set out on her most huge job yet. Directed by the visionary narrator Mara Brock, Distress away from public scrutiny, Akil divulged an earth-shattering series thought that would before long spellbind the hearts of watchers. Cross-country named Sweethearts, with the wise direction of veteran entertainer Kelsey Language Structure, Lady Friends found its legitimate spot on the planet and started its quest for the ideal group cast. Tracee Ellis, Ross Jill Marie Jones, Persia White, and Golden Brooks ventured into the spotlight, reinvigorating the characters that would effortlessness evaluate for quite a long time into the future Lady Friends. With an embroidered artwork of stories investigating the existences of four unmistakable current ladies exploring the maze of connections and vocations, it turned into a moment, one among UPN watchers, enlightening the existence of people of color and manners already unknown in the year 2020. During a meeting with Rick and Sasha, Streams shared her experiences with the brotherhood that bloomed in the background, dispersing any thoughts of beginning dramatization for her. The main milestone lay inside the domain of her personality. The unyielding Maya, depicted by Tracee Ellis Ross, arose as a cherished figure celebrated for her sharp mind and proud disposition, yet beyond the limits of the screen, the theater, and the spotlight. Brooks' own life was an account unto itself in the year 2008, concurring with the end of Lady Friends. Streams traded promises with entertainer David Bryan Woodside. The association proved to be fruitful as a delightful girl in 2009. Anyway, the storybook sentiment met its day. In 2010, as life's unusual turns prompted the disintegration of their marriage for Golden Brooks, the summit of Sweethearts stamped something beyond the finish of a series. It proclaimed another part in her life's compilation. An essayist struck the flight of Gel. Marie Jones and the organization's moving needs carried an unexpected finish to the show's heritage for Streams. It was an intersection, a second that constrained her to embrace parenthood and put her Hollywood undertakings briefly on pause in 2011. 2011 denoted an urgent year in the consistently developing account of Golden Brooks and her mission to by and by effortlessness, the spotlight. She set out on a multi-layered adventure crossing the limits of TV and film. Her realistic raid followed as she participated in the movie The Ideal Gift featuring, in all honesty, the distinguished American symbol Victor Rubin faltered. Quick forward to the year 2014, when Brooks remained at an intersection, ready to pursue a choice that would both test and reclassify her story. After quite a while of staying in the shadows, she wandered into a strange area, turning into a member of the Truth series Hollywood Divas communicated on Television One. The show highlighted a star grouping of dark entertainers, including Streams herself, close by any semblance of Paula J. Parker Keeses through Lisa Elise. Neil and Malika hacked their aggregate mission to reveal insight into the complexities of their lives in media outlets. Yet for Streams, this specific excursion bore a severe hint. The very generalizations she had long tried to sidestep in her profession were pushed into the spotlight. The depiction of individuals of color in the show didn't line up with her vision, leaving her dispirited. "I don't believe it's the best depiction of us. I said I needed to have a go at all," that she mourned in 2015. Brooks set out on one more part, this time in the domain of business. She set out on an endeavor known as the Gold Assortment, a task prevalently revolved around the offer of candles and pads pointed toward making a spot for itself in the hearts of buyers anyway. In spite of her steadfast commitment, the undertaking neglected to accomplish the ideal takeoff by December of that year. The last post was made on her Instagram account, denoting the finish of a part in her pioneering odyssey. The fates appeared to fall into perfect order, and Brooks was ready to grandstand her evident ability before a new crowd, yet similarly as the crescendo of expectation arrived at its peak and unexpected development emerged during the table peruses a basic point in any creation. This unanticipated advancement would modify the direction of her account, leaving both cast and crowd in tension as the science trial of destiny lingered not too far off. The murmurs of Hollywood conveyed news that left her in a condition of skepticism. She had been matter-of-factly expelled from the show following the absolute first table read, in an astounding new development for her previous Sweethearts comrade. The skilled Keisha Sharp was enrolled to have her spot create shaded areas of vulnerability over her vocation's following stages. Following this unsettling misfortune, Brooks went to the influence of demeanor, utilizing her Instagram stage to convey a message that reverberated profoundly with her dependable following. A straightforward yet significant mug graced her virtual entertainment, bearing the words, "In the event that you arrangements don't work out, don't stress. God has better ones." It was a demonstration of her strength, a peaceful statement of confidence despite difficulty, as life kept on winding around its complicated embroidered artwork. Streams ended up performing on stage in 2018. Thanks for watching this video.